Hey everyone, happy Wednesday. I wanted to come on here really quick and do a class on how stress affects your weight loss. So last week we talked about, well, the week before last week, we talked about how to manage your stress better. So this week I want to talk about how stress affects your weight loss and your body in general. So when we have a lot of stress in our body, we start producing a natural stress hormone, which is called cortisol. So, cortisol is a hormone that your body produces um, via the adrenal glands that are in your kidneys. And this is a hormone that's released when your body is experiencing large amounts of stress. So, it's also responsible for regulating your metabolism. So when there's too much stress, there's too much cortisol. So what happens is cortisol, the hormone cortisol, it puts you into flight or fight mode, which temporarily pauses your bodily functions. It slows down your metabolism, and in order to give you a quick energy burst, it starts to burn more fat and carbohydrates in your system. So then once that happens, your body starts to crave more of these things because it's like, I need more energy. I need to run or fight or whatever it is your body is thinking that is happening. So the elevated cortisol levels in your body cause cravings for things like sweets, fatty, salty foods. And so then this sometimes triggers a cycle of eating unhealthy. So when you're craving chips or maybe fries, French fries, or a panecito or cookies, it can be, the cause could be an increase of cortisol in your body. So also, when there's too much cortisol in your body, this causes testosterone, which is another hormone. I know you guys have heard of testosterone. It's what men have. And they produce a lot of testosterone. It produces like facial hair and all that other good stuff that girls like about guys. But so when there's less testosterone, we all have that hormone. What happens is it can decrease your muscle mass in your body, and also it can slow down the amount of calories you burn. So the less testosterone in our bodies, the less calories our body burns. Instead, it's gonna save it for a reserve. So let me see. Because the excess of cortisol and the decrease of testosterone slows down your metabolism, that it converts into food and energy, it can cause potential problems. And being many of them, and one of them is weight gain. It can cause fatigue, depression, other health complications such as blood pressure, type 2 diabetes, and also it can affect your immune system. So it will stunt your immune system. You get sicker more because it's not functioning as it should. So a lot of the times also, because a lot of cortisol, people that experience a lot of stress, they have a lot of cortisol spikes in their body, and you can tell because the fat that the body is stored within the belly. So they might have like a little pouch, a belly. So that's usually where it's stored in the body, in your stomach. And then this is usually a sign of, of a higher risk of cardiovascular disease. So it's important to maintain, lower stress levels so that you can maintain lower cortisol levels. So how do you prevent cortisol spikes? So basically it's trying to lower your stress as much as possible. Sometimes it's hard. I know it's hard because we all have different life events, situations, different circumstances. So everybody is different and everybody manages stress different, but it's important to practice relaxation techniques through mindfulness, meditation, yoga, deep breathing, to decrease the production of cortisol, especially when you're having high stressful days or situations. You want to make sure that you are practicing these things so that you can either decrease your cortisol levels in your body, or bring them back to normal. So you want to, if you have like a high stress job, or you just a type of person that stresses out easily, it's important to eat healthy. So the more healthier you eat, the less processed foods you eat, the less high fat or high sweet foods you eat, and more whole food, plant-based foods that you eat, the more you prevent your body from storing all these high calories that your body is trying to store when you're having stressful situations. So by monitoring your diet and your calories, you're going to ensure that your body's turning these into energy instead of converting them into fat and storing them in your belly or wherever other places it's being stored. So another way, like I've mentioned before, to manage your stress is to exercise. Go out for a run, take a daily walk with your friends or family, or by yourself, walk your dog, go to the gym, move your body. So the more you maintain an exercise regimen, you exercise at least 3 times a week, the more you will decrease the cortisol levels in your body. So there's also, I took out my book, my pathophysiology book, because I knew that I had read something before. So cortisol, it reinforces the rewarding nature of food, especially the high calorie food, like I said, comfort food, sweets, desserts, chocolate cake. I know I love chocolate cake. But sometimes that's what we crave. So we want to make sure that we're paying attention to our cravings, paying attention to our stress levels, so that we can make sure that we're not, just going on a cortisol cycle. So also what happens is, when you have a lot of cortisol in your body starts experiencing a low-grade inflammatory state. And then the fat tissues start becoming resistant to insulin. And then this starts the pathway into type 2 diabetes, prediabetes, and other health issues. So when you consume healthy foods and maintain physical exercise 3 times a week, this prevents this low-grade anti-inflammatory state. And it also it will prevent you from developing type 2 diabetes. And also there's also research that indicates that the high levels of cortisol sometimes will cause colon cancer, breast cancer, depression, and neurogenic disorders like Parkinson's and Alzheimer's. So it affects a lot of things in your body. Not only does it make you, increases your weight gain and makes it harder for you to lose weight, but it also affects other tissues in your body. And like I said, it will put you down the path of developing diabetes or prediabetes. So it's really important to eat healthy, practice mindfulness, meditate, deep breathing techniques, yoga, walks, runs, exercise, all these things to help you decrease your cortisol levels, decrease your stress levels, and stay on a healthy path. I know it's hard sometimes, but the more you practice it, the better you get at it. So I hope you guys learned something new today. And if you have any questions, send me a DM. If you watched it live, thank you so much for watching. I see my mom is watching. Thanks, Mom, for watching me. And if you're watching the replay, just comment #replay, just so I can know that somebody else watched it and learned something interesting. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys are having a great week, and take care. See you next week.